It's NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here answering your questions. A great way to interact with the Chat Sports family as you guys join us for our live shows that we're doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the channel. I'm holding things down with Smitty on Thursdays. Tom Downey and Chris Daughtry are holding things down on Tuesdays. Join us for our live shows so you can be a part of our mailbags and get your questions in. Brew Crew 8788 with the first question this week writes in, hashtag NFL, how much of a hit to Dallas, the defense, is losing Diggs for the season after tearing his ACL? Brew Crew, very good question. You look at Diggs, this is a guy that is an interception machine, a playmaker, but with Trevon Diggs, it's twofold, right? As good as he is when it comes to creating turnovers and doing all that, he gives up a lot of big plays, too. You get the good with the bad when it comes to Diggs. He reminds me a lot of Marcus Peters when he was younger in his career. I think I see that a lot in Diggs in that philosophy, that style. He'll be missed. The Cowboys certainly could use him, could need him, but this team is really loaded on that defense. They look like the best defense in football right now. I think they can manage. They can be okay without him. But it will be a setback. I think that it's early enough in the season they can still figure out how to go from here without him and be just fine. Elno writes in, how do you think the Panthers will do this week without Bryce Young? I'm going to be honest with you, El Nano. It ain't going to be pretty. Even if Bryce Young was playing, and at the time of this recording, it sounds like Bryce Young is doubtful, probably not going to play. Andy Dalton likely to get the start with the knee injury to Bryce Young. And I got to say, all signs point to this being an ugly game. The Seahawks got the bounce-back win they were looking for last week against the Detroit Lions. They look like a much better football team, and Carolina's just not very good. All the way around, that team has plenty of struggles going on right now. I think this game ain't going to be close. I like the Seahawks to win, and I like them big. This could be a runaway game and a great day for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think it's going to go well for Carolina. Let's see. Next question in the mailbag that we will get to in just a moment comes from Death Valley. Death Valley wants to know, chances of New Orleans getting Davante Adams. That's the pipe dream that I think Saints fans have been wanting ever since Derek Carr joined the New Orleans Saints. You know, it was Davante Adams that wanted to pair up with Derek Carr when he joined the Las Vegas Raiders, right? It was leaving Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay to go play with his former college teammate. That's what attracted him to Las Vegas. And then things just didn't go well last year for the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr's in New Orleans now, and this has been thrown out, mentioned for a while. I would say the chances are slim. Davante Adams is one of the best receivers in the NFL, playing at an incredibly high level. Even if the Raiders start a rebuild mode, you can build a team around Davante Adams. Unless he wants out and says, I want to go, I want to get out of here, I don't see why the Raiders would move him. I would put it very low that he gets moved and he ends up back with Derek Carr joining him in New Orleans. Apparently I have a burner now. Interesting. Tyler Jones Burner writes, what are the chances the Patriots trade for Mike Evans? So the Bucs are starting 2-0. Baker Mayfield, who I love dearly, is off to a great start to this year. That Bucs team is better than I think most people anticipated them being. They're certainly going to be tested on Monday night when they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Should be a very interesting ball game there. With that said, the Bucs right now are in contention. The Bucs are in position to compete, to make the playoffs, to win their division. I don't think that they're going to be sellers right now. Now, if things start to go downhill and go another direction, then maybe that's a different story. And then they look at selling Mike Evans because it doesn't look like his chances of getting a long-term deal are very likely with Tampa Bay. For now, I don't think he's getting traded. But if he were to get traded, New England, I think, would be very high on that list. They're looking for a star receiver. Bill O'Brien wants a star receiver. Mike Evans is exactly what this New England Patriots team. What about the Patriots? Should they trade for Mike Evans? Put your GM hat on, be Bill Belichick, and let us know what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Should the Patriots trade for Mike Evans or not? Weigh in. Tell me what you think. Folks, subscribe to NFL Daily for the latest happenings across the National Football League. Join us for our live shows. Get your questions answered each and every week using the hashtag NFL or super chatting here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We have a great time talking about the greatest professional sports football league in the world. Turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with what's going on. Robert writes in, if T. Higgins is on the trading block by the deadline, do you think the Patriots should go after him? Robert, very good question. We mentioned Mike Evans. Now the Patriots in the same boat. I find that very intriguing for New England to potentially go after T. Higgins for the same reasons that we mentioned with the Mike Evans situation. Now, here's the difference. If we're going to compare T. Higgins for Mike Evans here, T. Higgins is significantly younger than Mike Evans is, but I think he would cost a lot more. He might go for as much as a first, a second, and a fourth, and then you had to pay him as well. Mike Evans, later in the ball game, back into his prime and all that, you probably only had to give up a third or a fourth potentially. So, Robert, I think Belichick and Bill O'Brien want a top receiver. Both those options would be great, but Mike Evans is going to be the cheaper option. T. Higgins is going to be the better option, more talent-wise and brighter future. So say what you want there, but I think New England will be happy to have either one. Today's show is brought to you by Odds Are, one of our newest partners here at Chat Sports. And let's make one thing clear. Odds Are does not take bets, but its AI technology recommends the best bets you can make. The interface is incredibly sleek, and it's designed to be user-friendly. If you've ever been curious about sports betting or are looking for a more intuitive platform, Odds Are is your sports betting advisor in your pocket. NFL Daily listeners get 30 days for free. You can experience the magic for yourself. Dive in and bet smart. Go to oddsr.com/NFL Daily to start your free trial today. Let's show you some of the bets that Odds Are is recommending this week. Coming up on Sunday, Titans and the Browns. Value in that game is on the under. The over-under set at 39.5. Maybe the Titans offense isn't so great after all. You want to look for the green on Odds Are. You can see that. Green means go, red means stay away. Meanwhile, the Carolina-Seattle game, value there seems to be on the over at 42. A lot of people probably expecting Carolina's offense not to look that great with likely no Bryce Young and going to Andy Dalton, but Seattle's defense hasn't looked too hot for the first couple of weeks. Maybe Carolina can put up more points than people think. Then Sunday Night Football, the Steelers taking on the Raiders in Las Vegas. Raiders' defense isn't that good. Steelers' offense, we're waiting to see Kenny Pickett and that group kind of unleash a bit. They showed some flashes on Monday against the Cleveland Browns. Let's see if they can do it again. The over-under there, 43, value on the over at, you can see 111 there, that green, because life's too short to bet the under. If you want to get your bets, want to find them, best place to do so is Odds Are. Luck is not strategy. Download Odds Are, create an account. Terms and conditions do apply, and you can start that 30-day free trial now at oddsr.com/NFL Daily. Atlanta's is gaming writes in, if Denver fired their defensive coordinator, who should they hire? It's a very good question. Who should they hire as their defensive coordinator? Man, that's a very good question. I could tell you a lot of names of who they shouldn't hire. But one name I'm watching for in particular is what is going to happen with Gerard Mayo in New England. Okay, hear me out on this. Gerard Mayo is not the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. He's not. He is viewed as kind of the de facto defensive coordinator, but they technically don't have one. Belichick's calling the plays there. And with as much as the Patriots are struggling right now, if Belichick's gone, is it a sure foregone conclusion Gerard Mayo becomes that head coach? I don't think so. Maybe Gerard Mayo gets a call to be an actual DC somewhere. Similar to like Eric Bieniemy when he didn't like his role with the Chiefs, so he went out to Washington to be an actual DC. I could see something like that. Gerard Mayo is a name to watch potentially, especially if he doesn't end up replacing Belichick. Brew Crew 8788 writes in, if you're the Vikings GM, do you trade Justin Jefferson? Hell no. You don't trade Justin Jefferson. You kidding me? No, you're not trading Justin Jefferson. Even if the Vikings lose this week and fall to 0-3 and start to rebuild and go a new direction and all that, you keep Justin Jefferson. You build the rest of the team around Justin Jefferson. You can trade Cousins potentially. You can trade a number of guys, maybe to Dale Hunter. But you don't trade Justin Jefferson under any circumstance whatsoever. Pay the man, keep him there. Drip Bayless. Oh, Lord. Patriots need help on the O-line. What about former Seahawk Gabe Jackson? Gabe Jackson dealt with some health issues for a long time. But if you're the Patriots, you have nothing left to lose at this point. You need all the help you can. I don't see why not. Go ahead and give Gabe Jackson a call and see if he's still got something left and if he can help you on the guard spot potentially. I don't think that's a terrible idea for New England. Speaking of free agency, who's a player the Patriots should add in free agency? Weigh in, drop a name in the comment section who comes to mind who you think should make their way to New England, and let us know.